Critics of the New Deal are pretty predictable. The first are the conservatives. These would have been the Republicans, but also there's conservatives in the Democratic Party, especially in the South at this time. What the conservatives, the people on what we'd call the right, are going to say is that the New Deal is too expensive and all of this government control is a step towards socialism. And if we continue to bankrupt the country by spending into debt, then we'll fall into communism. The conservatives are pretty straightforward. More interesting to me is the left. These are the liberals or people that would have been seen as, would say that the New Deal didn't do enough. These are guys like Huey Long. Huey Long was known as the Kingfisher. He was a populist demagogue. What that means is he tried to speak to the people and what they were going to be concerned with, which is fine, but he's also a demagogue, which means he used emotional rhetoric to really rile the people up and get them angry and all just flustered. And then he wanted to take control, right? So it's not really democracy anymore. He had a plan called the Share the Wealth Plan. And in this plan, what he said is they're going to increase taxes on the wealthy. He didn't really set a number. And then they're going to redistribute that wealth to the people. Of course, the people would be the ones that supported him. For example, he's going to take all that money from the wealthy and give $5,000 to families, $2,500 to every working man of age, and pension benefits, veterans benefits, take all that money and just kind of distribute evenly to the people that supported him. There wasn't enough money to do that, even with all the taxing of the rich people. But that's not the point. The point is he's a populist demagogue. He's going to say, we're going to do it, and we're doing it for you. Another plan that said the New Deal didn't do enough was the Township Plan. A guy named Townsend said that he was disturbed because he saw an elderly woman digging through the trash for food. So he said, well, let's help the elderly. So everybody over the age of 60, which would have been really elderly at that time, is going to get $200 a month if they promise to stop working. And to get the next $200, they had to spend it all. They couldn't just put it under the mattress and save it. So what's the point of this? Well, it's going to be a big influx of money into the economy. It'll get the economy going again, what Roosevelt called priming the pump. So it's going to be a lot of money into the economy, but then it's also going to be jobs for young people, not elderly people. So if the old person quits, the young person can take their job. Interesting to me is the third person here, and this is Father Coughlin. As you can tell, he was a priest, but he's also a radio priest. He is a celebrity. He's a celebrity who said that the New Deal was a communist plot. Popular celebrity using a new platform in order to spread conspiracy theories. Has a long American tradition. He wanted the government to take control of banks, railroads, natural resources, and all the other stuff like that. So he's worried about a communist plot, but wants the government to nationalize all these industries. It's like the people don't understand what communism is. Turns out he's very anti-Semitic, which is being racist towards Jewish people. He had a fondness for Adolf Hitler and the Nazis and what they were doing over in Germany. In fact, he thought that because, like in Nazi Germany, the Jewish population was teamed up with the communist population in the fear-mongering of the Nazis. That's kind of what Father Coughlin's doing here. Because of his racism, because of his anti-Semitism, because of his fear-mongering, eventually he's going to be deplatformed, which means he lost his radio show. And once he lost his radio show, he lost a lot of the power that came with his celebrity. I think there's some lessons there.